Okay, so starting out, we're gonna oil whatever vessels we're using. I'm using mini loaf pans. I saw lots of people using different stuff. So I oiled them, and then I cut these papers to the bottom of the pan dimension. Mine had some overlap on the side, my paper, and I would not recommend that because it gets in the way of the cake being more level later. I also used a tart ring, and that works too. I just wanted to fit everything on this one little this one little fan. So you guys can hear everything. Hopefully. Oh yes, you can. Okay, cool. Alright, I want to show that here I'm cutting the butter. The best way to cut like all those butter cubes is bench scraper hands down in my opinion.
It's a lot of butter.
This recipe uses a ton of butter, a ton of eggs. I am toasting my spice blend, my bumbu. I will post a recipe, so. I had some fresh cinnamon sticks, so I used those. It smells great at this point. I ground those up in a spice blend to fine. I just couldn't show you guys because I did it outside. And then I am now mixing my butter. I was confused because they wanted us to use very chilled butter, which is not great for creaming because they also wanted it to be creamed. It seemed. Wait, we've got some sound effects, I guess, left on here.
It's kind of satisfying.
At one point I get really frustrated here and I like do a little scream and it sounded really funny when I sped it up. I left it in there. I was not having a great day. I was not feeling well. But I was like, we're gonna do this. We're gonna get it done. This is sweetened condensed milk. So we're adding the butter is like a little less soft than normal with my creaming because they really wanted it cold for some reason. So we are mixing the condensed milk with the butter at this point. And the author had made a note that it should not look oily. So squeaky. All right, so moving on, we start whipping our yolks. He was also very specific about how we whip our yolks. We're adding some sugar now that they are like partially whipped. And he was saying he wanted it so whipped that it holds its shape for like 10 seconds before going back into it. I don't feel like I could get my yolks to that point. Maybe my yolks were too warm because they had been sitting at room temp. And he wanted you to add that sugar slowly. So I added a little at a time.
Interesting. Oh, wow.
Even further than ribbon stage in my opinion. I feel like I didn't get it as firm as he was requesting. And I was kind of worried at this point. I'm like, is this going to mess it up? So I got it to that stage where I just showed you. And then I started adding in my butter. He wanted you to add the butter in like small amounts over time. So that's what we're doing here. I will post this demo on YouTube in case anybody wants to watch it later, of course. You know, give me like a day or two. There is going to be the VOD up afterwards, so no worries. Room temp being really warm. Yeah, maybe. Oh, your mom doesn't know how she made it. So I am going to be slowing it down so you can see, yeah, this is really quite pretty firm. And he said this part, you cannot have it broken. So just being mindful of that, I guess. Just showing you guys the texture of what mine turned out to be. Kind of like buttercream, really. And he did mention that in the book, that it should be like buttercream. Christina's show is great. I'm going to be adding in the flour, sifting that in there. And we're just going to fold in the flour. Okay, this is my end texture appearance. This is like sugar and I believe potato starch in there. This recipe calls for a small amount of potato starch. Some of the other recipes had like kind of stabilizers that I looked at online. I can't get those things, so I was glad that they got something basic like potato starch. This is salt, which I'll be putting in once it starts getting... Sorry, no, this is cream of tartar. So I threw that in when the eggs start getting a little bubbly like that. I do the same thing whenever I'm making meringue, essentially, with cream of tartar. But the potato starch is a stabilizer. Since this batter's sitting out for such a long time, helps it. So I've got the sugar in my hand. I'm going to start adding that in slowly. Pardon me. Add that in slowly. That's how I like to make meringues. I feel like it helps with the structure. That was at Soft Peaks we started adding, I believe, and that's what the recipe called for. That's a little later than I normally would do, but honestly, this was a nice looking meringue at the end, so I'm just whipping it. I usually progressively increase the speed when I make a meringue. You can see how fast I'm going here. We are bringing this to Sif Peaks. Okay, now the light turned off. I was like, the audacity of this light to turn off when I needed to work. And then we're just gonna fold in the meringue into the batter. I like this spatula more. Bigger. I think I might have not sped this up or something because I felt like this was an important part to kind of see somebody doing. It's so fluffy. It is fluffy. So I made a mistake. I forgot to add in my spice blend And I realized very soon that I did that. So I think right here where I stopped. Yep. I'm like, there it
I can
is.
see the frustration in your hands, like.
So I had to add it in now, but ideally, yeah, you want to be doing it like when you're mixing your butter.
I'm sure it
Cursing.
worked out.
Yeah, I think it was fine. It was so spiced, this cake. I was kind of surprised. It was kind of like Christmassy that it was so.
Oh.
Yeah, the flavors are just so warm and strong. It was just whipping butter, yeah. It was the meringue, yep. Yeah, so it's like, but yeah, folding in the meringue. So we whipped our butter, our sweetened condensed milk. We whipped our egg yolks separately, added some sugar. I don't know what I'm doing here. Like testing the texture. And then whipped a meringue separately. So we added the butter to the egg yolks, then the flour, whipped a meringue, and now we're finishing it by folding the meringue into the rest of that batter. And yeah, it should look something like this.
Every part of this cake is whipped.
Yeah, every part is whipped. So now comes the time for me to separate my batters because I've decided that I'm going to make a geometric design. I'm making... Actually, you guys will find out what I'm making. I won't tell you. It'll be a surprise. So the reason I have a bowl here, a bowl inside of a bowl, the bowl in the bottom has ice water in it. The author wants you to keep the batter cold as possible, I guess, so it doesn't deflate over time. See, what I'm doing here is not good for the batter, because I deflated it. But it was such a small part of my design, I didn't worry. I guess I'm talking to myself at this point. Okay, so now we're at the point where we're layering it. Every time you do this, it's one small layer flattened out in your baking vessel. I already have a layer down, so you can see that, and it gets cooked under the broiler. It's such a tiny layer that it gets broiled for like 5 minutes at a time. And it should cook through. So if you want to be super perfect, recipes will call for you to weigh each batter, each layer batter. I didn't do that. I did it by eye. I thought it turned out okay. I'm not looking for absolute perfection. That would have taken just such an incredible amount of time. You can see the difference between these batters. The one that I kept cold and didn't deflate by coloring it is pretty fluffy comparatively. It makes it also harder to spread.
Did you notice a difference in the final texture?
Yes.
Ah.
The colored ones are denser. We'll probably see at the end there the size difference. They all have the same amount of layers and everything. But you'll see like the plain one is taller. So yeah, just like whenever you do, I feel like whenever you do something really artistic on cakes, you kind of sacrifice some of the flavors. I ended up banging on the counter. I don't know if that's great for it either, but I was so angry. I was angry at this point, I guess. But it worked. It flattened them out. In the book, they wanted you to use a toothpick each time. That would have been so time consuming.
Tabatai.
Alright, we're gonna pause real quick. Hi, Tabetai! Tabetai Cooking! Welcome in! Hey! We are doing our demo of Lapis Legit, Kueh Lapis Legit, which is a type of kueh that's like 1,000-layer cake for this month's Gladiator Challenge. But it's great seeing you guys. What were you guys cooking over there? Thank you so much for rating us. Yeah, this is a pretty intensive cake. We can show you guys the curry roundup. Do we want to take a pause and
take a note of how far in the video it is?
Oh, it'll restart. Okay.
It might, but just
15:48.
Okay.
I think. Okay. Yes, 15:48. Y'all, we can show you guys the curry roundup. A friend released a game this week called Spirit Lift, and you're playing that for a catch-up stream. Ooh, what is Spirit Lift about? Thanks for the follow, Dr. Mikachu. If any of you guys want to join us in cooking or baking this month, feel free. Alright, so we'll show off the real screen. If any of you guys in here don't know Tabetai Cooking, definitely check them out. He's awesome. Usually I see him cooking a lot of ramen and stuff. What have you been cooking lately? A spooky roguelike deck building game, haunted hotel vibes. Oh, neat. Sounds cool. And the game is called Spirit Lift. I'll have to check that out. We're gonna take a quick pause so I can show you guys coming in what we did this month just passed.
Squeeze of fresh lime is always the best way to start a bowl of laksa here. So
these are the manapuas.
That's all right.
We're going to be making a mok, which is a Cambodian curry souffle with fish in it.
Yes, bring me the fish.
Crunch.
I can taste the crunch.
Perfect amount of filling, actually.
Some oil, some rest time.
Is that rest time for me or the dough?
ooh, that's spicy. That's spicy.
I will be the judge if that's spicy enough.
The Minotaur, to you we present a delicious massaman curry.
Yes, this curry pleases me.
Oh, doesn't that look like something you'd get out of an anime?
It's just like what I had at Nagoya. I must devour one of these tiny curry creatures. Pick up the pace talks. I'm getting hungry. You've curried my favor for now.
All right. Yeah. So that's what we did. You've been traveling recently, and you got everything to make Indian curry. Ooh, again. So you're gonna try that next. That sounds awesome. It's pretty crazy how ubiquitous curry is. Learned a bit about that when we were researching. I'm gonna flip over back to our demo. I know some of you getting in, we are kind of like part of the way through. Basically, so the name of this cake is Kueh Lapis Legit, and basically it's a cake, like a sponge cake, and you're kind of like grilling or broiling the layers because they're so thin. So you broil each layer and you make like 18 layers of them, so it becomes one cake. So it's one really large layered, really tall layered cake. So, but we basically, you know, we whipped our yolks, we made a meringue, we combined everything, and we're at the point of baking here. So as you can see, I am spooning those layers on individually and cooking them. Okay, so I'm trying to get back where we were. Okay, so this is where we were. I pulled out this particular one, and now I'm brushing it with butter. Each time I pull it out of the oven, I'm brushing with butter, and then I'm putting another very thin layer, and then I'm going to broil it again. The author says you need to make sure that not have a bunch of bubbles in it, which I did get a bubble once, and it kind of ruined like the aesthetic and the structure a bit, so it is kind of important. I mean, it gets really redundant at this point. You can already see these are the same amount of layers, and that red one, which is, I beat that one more because it had a color in it, and that one is like half the size of the plain one. So it was really dense, the red. The black was also dense, comparatively. So definitely want to use a folding technique if you can to get your color. Maybe, you know, if you got these really vivid colors, you might have to sacrifice a bit. See, there's the bubble. That was a bubble in the center there. You also, they have something called like a lapis smoother. I don't have that, so I just use a tin, and I probably could have been a little bit nicer, gentler, I would say. Thanks, Lynn. The miniature always makes the video very entertaining as well. Everyone did a really good job too.
I just looked up what a lapis smoother looks like. It kind of reminds me of like a trowel they would use to like do brickwork.
There's fondant smoothers, the same shape as a fondant smoother. But my smoother wouldn't fit on my little mini loaf pans. So we're over halfway through demo right now. FYI. I'll be showing building it, and I show how to do some top art. So we looked at the Instagram for Sari, I believe, and she had those amazing designs on top. So I made a little design. I'll be showing both of those after this part. I just kind of wanted to, I guess, in real time show you guys what all is going on. At this point, I've been in the kitchen all damn day. I'm very hard boiled. And not like LA Noir hard boiled. I mean like like I'm fucked up at this point. I think I'm checking if that one's on. I don't know why I left this in. Uh-oh, we got a black dot on the vanilla cake.
Oh, no.
I did like the results. I thought it was really cute. The speck, yeah. Alright, I think this is my last layer. And I'm just showing, see the difference, like, between the condensed ones? Yeah. Oh, that was a loud sigh. This video that I edited down was like 9 hours, 10 hours, I don't even know.
Oh, no.
So after I did this, I whenever I messaged Tox, and I was like, Tox, we gotta change this. This is too much to expect.
I didn't know you were going through so much that day. I think I barely responded. I'm a terrible person.
You're fine, you're fine. Okay, so we finished finally. And now we get to reap the rewards. Look at our layers. Here's a close-up. Not bad for not measuring this stuff. Really. Like, I expected it to be a lot more wonky. Okay, so I've got my design. I actually put on graph paper to real life size what I wanted to make. I still fucked it up. Spoilers. But so you can I show off all the sides so we can all see kind of like what to expect. I'm kind of like, dang, that looks pretty all right.
Pretty good to me.
Yeah.
Plus you get chef snacks.
The roller is out, indeed. Kind of looks like a Kit Kat. Oh my gosh. That's cool. I like that. Okay, so what I'm doing also, since I did this to real life size, I don't know what I'm said about here. What am I thinking about? Oh, I guess it didn't quite match up, but yeah, I just wanted to make sure that all the sizes were going to be as we tried to get them to be. Do you need to do this? I don't know. Zen was kind of like, you should just cut the cakes. When he saw me agonizing over this paper for like an hour or two. I thought Zen was going to be like, oh my god. How do you not understand how to use graph paper? I didn't even snack. I was in the zone.
Dialed in.
I was dialed in, yeah. Alright, we got the red. So you can still see the layers on the red. Well, I know you guys have eyes. I don't know why I'm like I'm dialoguing everyone's thoughts. Okay. I wanted to show off the black inside because you can't see the layers on this one. Too dark, so you know, something
Well,
to think about.
light. The light caught it.
The light catches, yeah, can kind of catch it, but really, it's pretty hard to see. The ever-growing trim pile. Okay, I missed a little bit. I guess my camera might have like cut off at some point, but so basically what I did, I cut those in half, and now I'm cutting them in half, like at a diagonal.
The 45-degree cut scares me.
Oh, does it? It was a little weird to do, honestly, and it was uneven. So I'm like, how do you? It's kind of a little
you need, like,
mind
some sort
bending.
of jig or something.
A jig, man.
Yeah.
Tox is gonna be doing some crazy shit for for his
3D
submission. I
print a
see it
cake
now.
jig. Get a cake slicing jig.
All right. It is at this point I've made a mistake. I make a mistake. I was supposed to cut these down into quarters. So I basically made 3 or 4 times the size cake, the size picture than I was supposed to. I did try that method summer. It ended up a little wonky, that one, but yeah, I don't know. If it works, I guess. I'm talking to myself, I think. Just me and the cake here. Why does it sound like a clock is ticking? You can see my hands stink at this point. I figured, why the hell not? I'll just leave this all in. No, that wasn't the scream. Scream is not happened yet.
The scream is still to come.
I think I laughed there because I realized I made it too big. Please tell me y'all know what this looks like.
He's a cat.
Thank you. It's actually a very, well, it's a reference to a cat, but it's also my cat because I have a black cat. We're gonna snooze this in a moment here.
We have Minecraft at home.
I want Minecraft. We have Minecraft at home. Get in the kitchen. Yeah, for all you Minecraftians, this might be a good one for you. Do you think people that play Minecraft have a good advantage for this talks? I've actually never played Minecraft.
Oh, we gotta change that. I don't know. Maybe you have things to do. Minecraft for me is like crack. I won't get anything.
I
done if play
actually, there's a
Minecraft.
forbidden library in Minecraft that I want to go to. So, am I ringing any bells? I saw an article.
I think
on
I've
it.
heard about that where they put banned books and stuff. in the
Yeah, I
Minecraft
want to go
library,
there.
which is funny. Probably not the most convenient way to read a book. Oh no, we have ads coming.
Sure, yeah. Oh, did I forget to dismiss it? Oops. All right, well we'll pause while y'all are.
Oh, it started.
All right, we're gonna wait. We can all stare at the kitty, the cat that took me 15 hours to complete.
Minecraft doesn't really have the 45s, so I feel like a strict Minecraft person would be confused. They're like, "What do I can't get 45 degrees."
Oh, okay.
I don't know.
Talks.
Maybe it's an advantage thinking in grids. Sorry.
Oh no, you're fine. I'm sorry. Do you think that you're
I cut
gonna
you
do one of these?
There's a strong possibility because they look cool.
They do look cool.
I don't really have the tin for it, like the baking vessel. Like
Okay.
you had like 3 little nice ones. Like I only have like one 9x9 square cake tin. You know
We
what I'm
have
saying?
tart rings, right?
I do, yeah.
Yeah. I used a tart ring for one. Do you have any silicone? You know.
Nothing square.
Yeah,
I just don't want to. I don't want to have.
Yeah, rounded.
I don't want to have. Yeah, I want. If n's supposed to be square, it must start square.
Well, if you have...
So I don't know. Maybe I'll buy one. I don't know.
Yeah.
I can always.
Yeah. You could
It's
always
not like I'm gonna.
make one. Metalcraft. You can make
Like,
one and then make them in, like, you know, like sectioned off. So it's just one thingy.
oh, they do have those like. They have those like dividers, right? Those. Like they have like those flexible sized cake tins. Have you seen those with like the little inserts?
Mm, yeah,
Isn't
kind of.
that a thing?
Yeah, I've kind of seen those. 15 hours to make, 15 minutes to eat it. Yeah, the miniature does have it out for you. I did do that to myself. Geometric sushi. You know what? Yeah, it must look like geometric sushi. I've never done that. I made a lot of sushi too. I can't believe we never messed with that at work while we were like bored. Geometric sushi.
Is that a real thing or something someone just made up right now?
Oh no, it's
Have you
actually
ever heard
like
of
a genre. It's a sushi genre.
Geometric sushi?
You put little
I don't think I've ever
designs
heard
and
of this.
stuff.
Huh.
All right. I think you guys are back, right?
Oh, sorry, I missed the chat message about the geometric sushi.
Did you see it online? I saw you type in.
Yeah, I typed in geometric sushi. A few AI results here in the
Oh,
top
AI.
list, but I see. But I see what the idea is about.
Okay, I think we're all back, so I shall start again. I'm just kind of messing with my scraps because I got them. Might as well. Hey, okie dokie. How you doing? How's your Friday? So FYI chat, this is evidence of my fuck up. It was supposed to be a long cake, like this size. Like I set it up to be like this size. Instead, because I did it 4 times the size, I lost all my cake. So we get one single slice that has like 15 eggs in it. Who knows? It's like a 15 egg slice right there. But okay. Also, I'm using chocolate because I'm just so dead ass tired at this point that I can't be bothered to make like some sort of jam or something, and I don't have anything. So I'm like, all right, I need this to just stay together. Also, remember to get the in between lines because I forgot. Anyways, don't use chocolate. It looks a mess when you do that. You know, just remember what it looked like before we saw this. I have a picture, so you shan't forget. But yeah, this is the general idea of how you're gonna combine your cake just using the condensed milk or the preserve. So, stands up. Woohoo! All right. Bonus part, we've got some art that we can make with our batter that's colored. So basically you sketch the picture. I used edible ink and I turned over the paper. And now I'm filling it in with my colored batter. That was the size of the cake. Oh, you got it, Lynn? Yep, this was a Kiki-inspired cake. But also, I have a black cat, and she also has a red bow. So, it's like my cat as Kiki's cat. As Gigi.
Precision.
That was a scream. I got mad because I was doing the eyeballs and the tip was too big. And the eyeball, you know, that's like the most important part. You don't want to mess up the eyeball. I mean, come on. Did any of y'all do that that scream when the things are not going your way after making Lapis Legit for 11 hours? Anybody else relate? I do it a lot when I'm decorating cakes. It's been a long, trying day. I'd be curious to ask Julia. The Charlie Brown, huh? This is a sigh. Everything sounds so funny when it's like fast tracked. Alright, so we are done. Notice we put the eyeball dot first and then we put the white. Gotta be mindful of doing stuff like that. Like the nose dot needs to go down first. Okay, I froze it for a while. And now we are gonna pipe in the background, aka the rest of the top of the cake. Summer asked me earlier, do I think that piping the batter for the Lapis Legit part, if that would be more effective? I think it would be more effective. If I do it again, I will try that. Because it's less to smooth out, I guess. I don't know. When I see them at the bakery, they're using like just like a spoon. But they're doing bigger cakes, so. But I've only ever frozen the image before I... Big emphasis on if. Yes, if. Yeah, you gotta freeze your image before you put down your cake. We're smoothing it out now. I believe I baked this at like 375, 350. Best time for frustrated screams is when you're by yourself. Yes. Working the baking shift, nobody can hear you scream because they aren't there. Okay, so this didn't turn out quite as I would have liked. Okay. So even with the freezing and stuff, it's still bled. The only time I've done choconed art is with choconed and prime, I believe. And it turned out like very crisp, very nice. This one a little iffy, still cute though, but wobbly. And I still feel like you could do a modern lapis that's got the art on top of it if you wanted to use like a jacone, which is another sponge, and use that as just your like top piece, and then you've got your layers. I think I would like to try that sometime, maybe. But yeah. That's the demo for this month. I hope that helps somebody out there